probably eventually get something done.
You know, it's a kind of a situation. You're a game up. You're kind of fine with any result. You can experiment a little bit with the AM.
Yeah.
And it was a good AM game. It is a good AM game. We'll see. If Timado manages to make it work here,
yeah,
then the hero is still trash, but it was a good AM game.
Yeah, all jokes aside, it is actually a good AM game. So, but like you said, I mean, at the very least, you acknowledge the fact that the hero is not very good. And shouldn't be. You know? Valve, don't buff it. Nobody likes playing.
Okay, I see you.
Nobody likes playing with
I
AM.
see you, Michael Phoenix.
You know when you get like an AM picker on your team, you're just like, you know, you just sigh to yourself. You know what kind of game you're in for. And speaking of,
gank, man,
Moose, he's going to be okay. They're not going to chase him down to secure the first blood. Just a plenty bit of damage being dealt here for Moose. He will be able to get out just fine, though.
It was a nice little real gank. Just ganking him from the trees. Waiting for that last moment.
Yeah. Bounties?
Yeah. What happened on the bounties? 2 for 2?
Correct. A lot of action.
A lot of action, yeah. Nothing crazy happening. IO plus AM is a solid lane. Like, this down bottom could work out fairly well for them. You can't really isolate either one easily. Like, you have mobility spells on both. The tether, the blink, the toss really doesn't do a lot there.
No, it doesn't. What about that mid lane? I mean, we kind of already saw this last game, didn't we? Red 2 versus Bryle, Leshrac versus Pango. I think you just said to me Leshrac doesn't really lose lanes at the moment.
Yep.
But it's expected to be a very boring lane between these two once again.
Yeah, there's always a chance for some volatility, right, versus these two, because you can outplay on both sides. But overall, not a crazy lane until there are some rotations.
Yeah. That bot lane you talked about, like this IOAM, like you mentioned, it's going to be pretty hard to contest. Like, even as the Primal Beast and the Tiny, it's kind of questionable as to whether you can actually lock down Tomato long enough to actually deal the damage out. Chances are he's probably just going to be able to blink away, thanks to the added region of Whitemon.
Yep, probably. You won't be able to, early on at least. Maybe later on in the game when Moose gets a couple of items like a blink, he'll be able to isolate the AM, perhaps blow him up with a +1. But we're talking way down the road.
Yeah. Even during the laning stage as well, like chances are you're just not going to have the mana. Tomato, he'll just start burning Speed's mana away eventually. And even for Moose, like it's one of those annoying lanes where you've got these two heroes that don't have a large mana pool. And you get a few hits from Tomato, suddenly you just don't have enough mana to do anything. It's definitely very, very frustrating.
Yeah. On bot lane, you have no mana. On top lane, you have no damage from Fade Bolt and Anchor Smash.
Right.
Like, you're literally hitting for no damage. So, very annoying lanes for 5RATs on both sides.
Yeah.
On the top and on the bottom.
Pro committed by Speed, not going to really amount to too much. Just wants to hit those creeps for now. At top lane, at the very least, DNM, it feels like he should be able to farm okay. Like, you talked about the fact that he's going to be lacking a lot of damage with that Anchor Smash Fade Bolt, but I mean, chances are they aren't going to really be able to slow him down too much in the Morphling. Like, it does seem like a lane where DNM should be just fine in terms of the CS game.
Yeah, chances are you won't be hitting him with both of those, right? Like, he'll be keeping his range.
Right.
Which isn't great, you're a Morphling, but still, if you play with the equilibrium a little bit, you pull the creeps, you should be fine.
Thing is, though, like Kasane, he's also basically in a free farmer this time. Because the thing is, like, you really don't have any way to kill him. So this tide's he is going for the Meteor Hammer build up as well.
Yeah.
Which is...
Do you like it?
Well, what do you think about it? Like, what's the setup for this?
There is no setup. You just take towers easier, that is. And it's a nice little build-up for Tide, right? Like, you don't really need a lot Ring of Health and you're instantly kind of invincible in the lane.
That makes sense.
You can't be zoned out. I mean, you can, but they need to bring an extra hero, so...
Is this like the new Vanguard? Is that what it is?
It definitely feels like for most offlane heroes. Like, it doesn't even matter what you're playing. Meteor Hammer on offlane looks like a decent option, no matter what.
Korea not going to be taken out there by Kasane. No first blood being drawn across the map yet. For almost 4 minutes in. Red 2's rotated down, but does pick up a bounty rune. That's about all he wanted. Will try to fight Brawl over the water rune as well, but does get stunned up. Brawl able to take that one away.
And he'll be able to take top one as well, as Rubik is securing it.
Very nice.
So 2 water runes for Brawl. But if you're Red 2, at least you got the bounty.
Tomato, he's able to secure first blood here against Moose. Tiny does end up going down. Of course, Whitemon was there to help out. Great start already for TSM. Like, if there's one core you wanted to give that first blood gold over to, it's going to be the AM and give Tomato a very nice little boost for himself.
Yeah, and what's so nice about it is he bought Turbo Corrosion. So usually when you get this, you really want to dominate the lane. Sometimes if you don't, you kind of are just slowing yourself down when it comes to farming. But obviously here already the Corrosion pays off.
Tomato. It kind of goes back to the fact that you can't really contest this AM in this laning phase. He just has the freest time of his life.
Yeah, Ayo is getting a lot as well. He's getting full exp out of the creeps. So even he is getting a ton out of the lane. Overall, you really want to, like when you're a Wisp, you really want to hit that 6 as soon as possible. And both of these heroes actually needed both supports and TSM, so if one of them gets it without Tome early on, it would be wonderful.
CS board right now, like Kasane right at the top. Brawl right behind him on the left track. Like, all these lanes going pretty swell for the side of TSM. I suppose it is a pretty even affair between the two teams, though, to be fair. I mean, Red 2's still farming well, the Morphling's right behind him.
Pretty evenish, I would say. Nothing too crazy happening on the map. Maybe once this Meteor Hammer gets picked up by Tide, everything will change. But so far, it ain't happening.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
You reckon this Meteor Hammer is going to get nerfed again in the next patch?
I'm not sure. I hope not.
You like it?
I mean, you know, I expect the next patch to come very soon. So,
yeah,
I like it for now.
Okay. Hopefully it comes very soon.
Of course. When did we wait for a patch? Like for longer than necessary time? When did that happen? Never.
No. Moose. He's going to start rotating into the mid lane here on the Tiny. I mean, Ari is around on the Rubik if you want to try and snipe him. Red 2 does have an Invis rune with himself on the Pango, so could try to sneak into the mid lane if he does want to, but seems like he wants to head up top instead. See if he can find Kasane on that Tiny, or rather the Tide, and they do get a nice cookie off. Red 2, he does have the Rolling Thunder. Looks like he wants to try and save it for another day. Problem is they don't have the damage without it. So he's going to pop it, and immediately Kasane will end up going down. Giant, the one to take the kill on the Snapbite.
He's like, could you have used your spells a little bit earlier so I don't look like a fool using Rolling Thunder for no reason?
Yeah.
You know, it looks like we don't have damage, but you guys all are actually just waiting to last it. Bot lane.
Speed. Onslaught is going to come off. Tomato, he could keep going for a bit of a chase, but doesn't seem like there's going to be too much of a point. He'd rather just hit creeps, of course. 1-1 so far here between these two.
How exciting.
Very exciting.
So many kills early on. Oh, bot lane, look at that fight.
I mean, he popped the Mana Void on the Primal Beast, but the problem is the mana pool of speed is very, very low already.
Yeah, he didn't really do anything to him there.
I mean, it did all up around 250, 300 damage. Very, very sad. Meanwhile, mid, Avalanche Toss is there from Moose, but he's surrounded here. Brawl will just rush him down on the left track. There is really no chance of survival for him. Brawl will take him out.
Anti-Mage is actually forced out on the bottom lane. One of the problems with that his build is giving him, basically, is he has no Ring of Health, right?
Yeah.
So, kinda difficult for him to stay in the lane.
So he's not going for a Battle Fury build-up, it looks like.
I'm honestly afraid.
Yeah, that's what's he building then? That's what I'm like kind of wondering at the moment is what's the idea? He does have a Ring of Health. It looks like he's going into the Vanguard build up instead.
Which is also doable, right? Is it flying over? Yeah.
Yeah, it's got a Ring of Health.
So he's gonna have a Ring of Health and Power Threads. He can go for Vanguard. That's also fine.
Red might run right into him. Swashbuckle does connect just on the tail end of things, but Red not going to have the vision over the AM. We'll have to let him go.
All this talk of rolling, Tiny, you don't roll.
I thought it was a decent kind of game for Tomato to just go for the Battle Fury build up and just farm more game, but...
No, I agree completely. But he wants to apparently get Vanguard first.
Mid, Ari. Goes for a lift up on Red. Avalanche is there from Moose. Scatterblast, Toss, everything being committed. Even the Rolling Thunder, but it's not going to connect the second time around.
It was really close to connect, but unfortunate for Red too.
Yeah.
It was one of those, you're rolling through him, but the first stun was already on, so
yeah,
the second does not connect.
It's always a sad situation. Ari, gonna get stunned up. Lift is there on Red. He seems to be able to survive as Bryle will show up. He'll try his luck at Giant, but doesn't want to run to the high ground. No vision around that area for the Radiant, so he does back his way out. Red, it's unwilling to go high ground, knowing there's too many heroes around the area. It seems like TSM are much more cautious this time around, like much more unwilling to just take very, very huge risks as Tomato.
Dude, he got so damn low, it's crazy.
He did, but there's a relocate to come in though. Onslaught is there, Speed!
Speed God.
He got him.
And the tip.
Tips out immediately from Speed.
I mean...
And the smiley face.
Top lane. Kasani.
Is gonna drop, it seems.
Yeah, overall, TSM not in the best spot at the moment.
I'm really playing on edge.
Please click on Anti-Mage. Check his next item after the Vitality booster.
That's a Radiance, I believe. What is this?
At least it's not a Meteor Hammer. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's fair, but I can't remember the last time I saw an AM Radiance build up. That's...
Yeah.
I don't know if that's ever happened.
It definitely did happen. It's just that, yeah, probably not in a pro game and not recently.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure someone at a pub has done it many times, but yeah, I'm saying I can't remember it in a pro game.
I mean, the item has been buffed, right? Like Meteor Hammer has been buffed, and Radiance has been buffed. Like these two are probably the winners of the patch.
Red, mid lane, not looking like a winner right now as he does get ravaged, but has Swashbuckle, so might just get away.
Yeah, not sure what the Ravage was about exactly. Basically, they were trying to prevent him from jumping uphill. That's fine, but Bryle was too far, like there is no way he connects there. Tiny is rotating mid, they're circling around them. They might fight this.
Well, Ari's going to be spotted here by Moose. Tries to tumble his toy away. Rather just jump away. But is going to get taken down, it seems, as he does get a lift off, but oh, it's going to cost them a lot. Red does go down. Speed, he gets a nice pulverize off, and now the kisses do come in. Bryle dropping low, but Whitemon again gonna just heal him up. Bloodstone pop. Bryle, can he survive? It seems like he can.
Bloodstone and Io with the mech.
Oh,
damn.
It's rough.
Yeah. And the Tiny dies as well to the Anti-Mage.
Ouch.
Yeah, ouch for 5RATs, because it looked solid for them. That whole fight, that whole engagement started off kinda nicely. And then they just suffer all the losses. Don't underestimate the heals from the Wisp.
Yeah, I mean, Whitemon's been so good on this Wisp throughout this series, just constantly saving people and kind of making you second guess whether you can go in onto anyone. Bryle having a much better game already on the left track, 4-0 on 1. Practically uncontested right now, top of the net worth board, and well, he's having a great game. And the thing is, with this Meteor Hammer on the Tide and the Diabolic Edict of the left track, like, when you can get near a tower, the amount of damage they can pump out, it's kind of ridiculous. As well, speed. He's about to experience it right now. Onslaught tramples there. Speed still being chased down, but Bryle, has he gone too far? Surely this time. Surely he has. But he's still going for the fight. Ari's there with a Rolling Thunder himself. DNM avoids it with the way he formed, trying to go after Whitemon, but Whitemon's just fine. It's the IO. They just can't deal with him.
Maybe they can now. Morphling is behind.
Onslaught through. Whitemon finally goes down, and now Bryle should be in trouble. He'll go for a run, but he doesn't have Bloodstone up. And eventually he will go down.
Okay, friends, that was a little bit too deep. Like, you've had your fun, you were winning fights, but honestly, the only reason why they didn't fall, Io and Lesh, was Rubik with his Rolling Thunder. Like, he stole that Rolling Thunder, he just completely controlled the fight. Later on, when they didn't have it, you saw it. Like, they just fall easily.
I mean, as long as the side of 5RAT can just find the IO, it's no problem.
Ravage.
Oh, Ravage, it's right on the edge, but the Meteor Hammer is not going to land. Tips out from Giant. Kasane, he has not had the best Ravages this game, I'll tell you.
Yeah. Or the Meteor Hammers. They've been a bit off point as well.
Yeah.
On point when it comes to towers. He hit a lot of towers with them.
Well, they can't move Lizard, so I imagine he would, you know, be able to hit them.
You'd be surprised.
I suppose so.
You'd be surprised what people miss. Yeah. How's our boy Antimage doing?
He's farming Radiance.
2k network, 2k, sorry, gold.
He's getting there.
Rolling Thunder in the river.
Giant just getting soloed here by Ari.
And mid lane, red too.
Oh, Red's in trouble. Rolling Thunder is going to be there in time. But Bryle, well, it looked like he wanted to try and go for a bit of a chase, but won't bother in the end.
Yeah, barely he lives. Just because the creeps were around, so Edict did not completely connect on him.
He's just definitely not having as good of a game here, Red. Moves up top lane with Tomato.
He missed him.
Yeah, he did. Tomato, he'll just casually blink away. Doesn't really care. Just wants his Radiance.
Yeah, bottom lane with that Meteor Hammer again. Doesn't really achieve a lot, but does send speed base. Or at least a little bit back.
And Kasane is sticking around, but there are a few heroes. In fact, hold that thought, because Bryle is going to show up again. Does find Giant now on the Snapfire. Kasane going to cut him off. Gives him the old anchor smash. That'll be another one to go down as, well, Bryle just completely out of control this game.
Yeah, TSM again with the triangle. They really like controlling that, don't they?
That they do.
Sit on the triangle as early as possible. Just defend it.
Now Moose in trouble as well. Will get stunned up here by Bryle, and he'll die once again. Keep in mind though, Lizard, you do have a BKB now on speed, so he can get involved in these fights and he can start, you know, trying to set up team fights for his team, but
yeah, he should do it sooner than later, together with the Tiny and with Mortimer's Kisses. I believe that they do have enough damage to blow heroes up, but you need to find a way to deal with the IO first. Like, if the Wisp falls, everyone will.
Meteor Hammer's coming in once again from Kasane. Speed. It's going to show up in that dyed triangle, but there is a little bit of hesitation from his end. We'll decide to back off towards the creep wave instead. Bryle, in the meantime, moving forward once again. They did see red. Smoke is going to be there. TSM, I think, know this is happening. They've got the Ravage anyway on Kasane, so they're happy for the team fight.
Yeah, Snap is a big hero to kill, if you can, because of the damage that she brings.
Ravage, it's going to be committed, but Speed, he got the BKB off in time. Nice relocate though from Whitemon. Going to save as Kasane. He'll be the one left behind, but he can just casually walk out. He's such a tanky boy, it's kind of hard to kill him, and now the return. They're coming back in. They want the team fight, and Giant will go down to the Snapfire. Kasane now chasing down DNM himself, forcing the TP away.
Yeah, that one last return in the fight actually saves Tiny, so he's able to get out. But then again, they still win the fight quite convincingly. They're still playing 4 versus 5. This Anti-Mage, He didn't even smell the battlefield yet, besides the laning stage.
Oh, we left the neutral item. Mid lane, Speed is going to go down. Bro able to pick up another as Red trying to go in with a Rolling Thunder. Does connect on two, but I don't think they have much backup here. Tomato's going to jump in and join the team fight. Avalanche Toss is there. DNM's going to turn and drain his mana, but now he's out of mana. They don't have enough for Mana Void, but it may not matter because DNM just can't get out anyway. Tomato, he's having a field day now.
4 kills, Tiny the only one that survives. And he gets a region. That should also be full Radiance completed on the Anti-Mage. Peculiar, interesting, but all him, obviously. The best item build in the game. He's winning this game alone, right?
Yeah.
With the build.
Don't do this in your pops, please. Your teammates will not be happy with you, let me tell you.
I love how he debated them into going on him. Because it looks like it's an anti-mage, right? What's this guy doing? He has no manta. Why is he jumping in? Then you realize, okay, no manta, but power treads and Vanguard. Like, you're not killing him that fast.
Yeah, in actuality, like this kind of battle style AM does seem kind of cool. Because even the evasion you get from the Radiance does seem kind of annoying to deal with. Like I said, he's actually quite challenging to kill now. Mid lane, oh, that's a lot of damage from Ari. Took out half his HP with the Scatter Blast. Ari,
Run, little Pango.
Barely survives. I mean, literally half his HP went bye-bye from one Scatter Blast from this Rubik. TSM, 11k advantage. Roshan open, and they're going to move in.
Yeah, 20 minutes in. 11k is kind of significant, not gonna lie.
Gonna free Roshan their way, TSM. Nothing to stop them from taking this.
They're not gonna contest this at all.
How do you?
I feel like you need a Scadian Morphling before you take the next fight. At least that's something, a bonus item. Do I think it's game-changing? I do not, but it does help them.
You need a lot of things right now on the side of 5RAT. At least Blink is also up on the Pango now, so that's on the courier. Should enable Red to try and set up a little bit better. You're getting to that point, though, with I do feel like Tomato is becoming too much of an issue.
You think so?
Yeah, I actually do. Like, I actually feel like this build is quite clever. Quite innovative, Lizard.
Yeah, definitely. But if he jumps in alone or something like that, they can still blow him up. They have what it takes.
Well, there goes Moose once again. This Tiny has not had a series. Kasane just casually meteor hammering that tier 3 mid tower. No fear of dying. Giant now gonna get spotted out here on the snap fire. Gonna cookie down to the low ground, but I'm not sure if this saves him.
Top lane as well. Anti-Mage is chasing Speed.
Yeah, there's nothing he can do either. He's just out of mana. Giant seems like he'll get away. Speed cannot, however. Meanwhile, Ari being chased down to the Rubik does manage to blink away. But trying on Kasane, but
he could ravage, yeah.
He does ravage. Immediate have it right there to follow up with the split earth. DNM still 4-staffed away as Giant does save.
13k ahead, 20-7.
Ouch.
And this could be high ground push as well. You still have the Aegis on Lash.
Rolling Thunder. It's a nice position to perma-stun up this AM. The Tomato, oh, he's dropping very low now and he does go down.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Like, you can have Vanguard, you can have Radiance, you're still an AM. You have 0 stats on you, besides the power treads and the branch.
Yeah, it's a big pick-off.
Yeah, they do get him in the end.
Something you felt like they desperately needed here on the side of 5RAT. I just still question how they're going to come back into this, though. Like, they're 13k behind on the side of 5RAT 4-staff, and
yeah, it's not looking great, I'll tell you that. It isn't looking too optimistic for 5RATs, but if they could throw that last game, they can win this one.
Right, that's fair. Speed. He's gonna avoid the split earth here from Bryle, but the chase is still ongoing. Onslaught is back up in 4 seconds. Problem is Bryle. Oh, Speed Pulverize the creep wave just before he goes to the TP out.
Yeah, show them who's the boss.
Sadly, they glyphed it anyway. Meanwhile,
Snap.
Kasane gets Giant.
Yeah, top lane red.
Getting chased down here. Pretty much out of mana. Mana Void will get the job done.
Yeah, they're just falling all over the place.
Yeah, this feels like bullying right now from TSM.
I'm not sure what you're waiting for if you are 5RATs. Obviously, the Aegis to be respawned would be a good wait. But you need to stop the bleeding. Perhaps a smoke and a play around the base. If they overcommit would be nice.
Jump in. Moose gonna try for Ari. Does find him, so then you do get a nice little Rubik kill there. Tomato is around the area. Brawl's gonna relocate him along with Whitemon. Oh, they're right onto DNM. He just gets deleted. Not even close.
Yeah, is there anything they can do about this, or... Because right now you just push. 40 seconds without the Morphling.
No buyback available. I mean, you wouldn't expect to have buyback at this time anyway. It's only 25 minutes into the game. There goes the tier 3 tower. At least backdoor protection does kick in for a little bit, but not for long enough.
They smoked up. Maybe they're thinking it's unexpected that we go this time.
Yeah, kisses are in. Rolling Thunder is going. It's a decent start. Problem is, Whitemon is not died yet, and he's providing way too much healing. Moose is being caught out. Whitemon does die, but it's already too late. You've lost Giant as well. The AM right by the Dire base, just going right after Red.
Ravage.
And now the Ravage out. DNM, he's in such trouble. Oh boy, he's gone. Right in front of the fountain. Even the Pulverize just gets cancelled.
That's just unfortunate. Really nice Ravage from Kasane. They're catching a lot of them out. And the Morphling who just respawned, he falls instantly after.
Oh, look at this. Bryo is just annihilating them. It's not even close. Speed's out of mana. Speed will fall. 4 down. It might be around that time.
Yeah, I think this is around that time. Like, this is around the time that you usually call it. But all their death timers are kind of low, so maybe they'll wait to fight for top, because they still have a fight in them.
I mean, I appreciate the, you know, positive outlook here from the side of 5RAT. They are still 25k behind and 26 minutes into the game. Tier 4 towers under siege. Hex is out. They've got the Morphling again. DNM. He'll probably call it. They'll go for the Rolling Thunder. They'll try one more time, but...
He's rolling out.
He is rolling out. GG.
GG is called. Yeah, this second one definitely wasn't nearly as competitive as the first match, as the first game.
Yeah.
Anti-Mage with the Vanguard Radiance completely winning solo, right? Right?
Yeah, I mean, look, here's the thing. Like, I hate this AM.